Hi everyone, thank you for joining. You read the title, you know what this is. This is Ed and Rose's 90-Day Fiasco Part 2. Okay, just to catch you up. Ed and Rose were two contestants on 90 Day Fiancé, which is a reality show on TLC, where a foreign man or woman tries to date and marry someone in the United States of America in order to either get a green card or to immigrate there. That's basically the premise of the show. They have 90 days to do it, to fall in love, to decide whether this is the person they want to be with. And in the case of a bunch of other people in the past, it's worked out for them. Mike and Aziza being one of them, they had a 90 Day Fiancé episode where they went through the premise, and it seems they're still together with a baby on the way. Congratulations to them. But the couple we're speaking about today aren't that lucky. Ed and Rose were two starstruck lovers that were supposed to be together, according to Ed. But, as we saw from my previous video, this happened.
You give me feel a little bit pressure. I think you not love me. I'm done.
Right, okay, so that happened. Not much to say about that. Rose told Ed off quite well, if I must say so myself. She didn't really mess up in any way. I am quite glad she's not with this man. He is pretty much the embodiment of an incel at this point. He is probably trolling incel.me right now. And just so it seems, it actually became one of the mascots of the incel community on incel.me, so you might want to have a look at that if you haven't. It is disgusting, but it's good for a laugh. But even though Ed and Rose didn't end up together, they did end up on the bowels of the internet. YouTube itself, right? The place where only the degenerates go. And their internet fame has actually got them pretty far. Rose more than Ed by about 470,000 subscribers, but who's counting? I'm very much on Rose's side. Okay, so let's firstly take a look at what happened post 90 Day Fiancé's big blowout, and then how their channels are doing and how we can improve on that channels. Let's start with what happened after the 90 Day Fiancé final segment with Ed and Rose. So Ed was still being followed by 90 Day Fiancé. He was the American counterpart in this situation. So he obviously had TLC with him in order to see how he ended this journey off. And it's not too bad, honestly. He didn't really deserve a redemption arc. He just they should have just ended the show with Rose storming off and him going back to the States. But they tried to sort of give him some sort of happy ending. He reconciled with his daughter and spoke to her about it. And that is how the final piece of Ed's story came to be. He didn't apologize to Rose, which he should have. He didn't apologize to Rose's father for insulting him. And to be honest with you, maybe just apologize for being the way he is. Ed met up with his daughter, big apology, big everything happened, and then we didn't hear about them for a little bit until Rosemary Vega appeared on YouTube. Rosemary Vega is now a channel with 550,000 subscribers. Ed also started a channel called This Is Big Ed. It has 33,000 subscribers, if I'm remembering correctly. And also, the quality on both of these channels are bad, but for very different reasons. Okay, we're going to do Rosemary's channel first and then Big Ed. Okay, so let's look at Rose's channel. Rose's channel has 500,000 subscribers, and to be honest, if you have 500,000 subscribers, your content needs to be at a certain point. I understand she got a lot of her subscribers as internet sympathy, as well as a bunch of people that just like her from being in the show as like a celebrity following. And that happens quite often. A lot of celebrities move over to YouTube and they instantly get a big following. I get that. It just makes it harder for smaller creators to get that following as well. Okay, so Rose's content. Let's have a look at the first video that she did, which was a chubby body challenge with her son, Prince. This video is bad. This video's quality is bad. Rose is very uncomfortable in this video, and she also shot with a child. I get it, this is her first video. Everyone's first video is allowed to be bad, and it's actually very healthy for your first video to be bad. There's a couple of things you really want to do if you are going to start a YouTube channel, just so that it seems that your videos are well thought out and also well planned. This video, I'm not sure what it was recorded on. If it was recorded on a phone, that makes a lot of sense because the video quality doesn't have the nice bokeh that a lot of camera videos are shot with. And it also doesn't have the best audio. It does sound a lot like my video Week on Nights, because that was also shot on the phone using the phone's microphone. You have to sort of use this external microphone if you're going to be filming big YouTube productions. She didn't know that this was going to be a big YouTube production at the point, but you sort of need something to record audio on that's better than a phone setup, because a phone setup captures a lot of other noise as well. Next, the lighting in the video. I'm not sure how she lit this, but she's incredibly washed out, and the background is actually shining and reflecting back into the camera, which isn't a good idea because it's very distracting. It makes the video also a little bit difficult to fix the picture quality. I've used blown up shots in some of my clips, and had I known how to properly set up my camera at that point, I wouldn't have used them. But okay, so this was her first video. Let's do one of her latest videos. It is the 10-part series of traveling that she did. The video starts off with her being very loud. I get it. This is what vloggers do. But since she's mixing languages and she starts off in English, your brain automatically goes, okay, I'm watching something English. And then her language shifts, which is a little bit distracting, but it's okay. It's not exactly the best situation. You don't want to be mixing languages in your video because it makes it very difficult for the YouTube algorithm to place it into what language it should be, and also for closed captioning. The automatic closed captioning system on YouTube has been getting a lot better through the years, but it's not at the point where it can automatically switch languages. Okay, I'm fixing this video. Some shots go on just a little bit too long, some neatening up, some tidying up, and again, the sound editing, just fix that just a little bit and edit your videos just a tiny bit better and it'll be perfect. I love this channel, honestly. It seems very wholesome, very sweet. It's a lovely channel that she's running and she's doing a pretty okay job at it. I'm excited to see what more she does because her culture and where she's from is so interesting. Also, I would have liked to see a little bit more of her father's occupation, the farm that he runs. It was shown to us in 90 Day Fiancé, but I find that kind of farming a little bit fascinating, and maybe she could speak about her life growing up in this, because that's actually some insight that we don't have a lot of on YouTube, and it would be great to see it. So let's do Big Ed. Big Ed's channel is bad, but not bad because he doesn't know what he's doing. It's bad because he's lazy. Ed is trying to become internet famous or stay relevant while doing the least amount of work possible. He has merch, which is just about everything at this point, and he shows it in each and every one of his videos, and it is poorly done. There's good YouTuber merch, like the Odd Ones Out's merch, including his board games. Mr. Beast's merch is also pretty good, but Big Ed's merch, not so much. I don't understand why it looks the way it does. I'm just not a fan. Let's look at a couple of videos that he did. So let's look at his video where he clickbaited PewDiePie. So he did this video where he responds to PewDiePie's reaction video to the 90 Day Fiancé Big 8 episodes. Um, he makes a couple of, let's say, dodgy things that he says. I get it. PewDiePie is one of the biggest creators on YouTube, one of the biggest single person creators on YouTube that's not an enterprise like T Series is. Yeah, you clickbaited to the point that people thought that PewDiePie was actually going to be in this video when he wasn't. And I get it, he wanted some views. His views must have been down at this point. He might have thought putting PewDiePie clickbait in it would be a good idea. It really wasn't, because he's just going to get a lot of PewDiePie fans into his video. And if you're not saying anything good about their creator and they are coming to you, maybe don't clickbait it that hard, because they are going to tear you apart. His video also starts out extremely weird. Like, this is like home movie style bad. But the thing is, you keep home movies in your home. You don't upload them to the internet because they are embarrassing. And you're embarrassing yourself, Ed. Making this video better, maybe turn around and face the camera. I get it, you shot it this way because you wanted people to see the screen, but you should have just faced the camera and edited the little thing at the bottom so that we can see how far along in the PewDiePie video you actually are, because this doesn't look good. No one wants to watch this. Also, you could have tidied up a little bit more. It's set up as a mess, and it's very on brand for him. He's not exactly the most clean or cleanly person, and he is a little bit disgusting. But he could have made an effort, and there was no effort made here. He just thought he was going to get a bunch of views because he put PewDiePie's name in a video. And sure, it did, it worked, but it also brings down a big percentage of his viewers' opinion of him, and that's never a good thing. Okay, and then let's look at one of his latest videos, this mukbang he did on Korean food. This video is strange. It is a mukbang ASMR, which I think he just put those two words in for clickbait, because it's really not ASMR. It's slurping. ASMR is usually pleasant sounds. I get Trisha Paytas made a couple of videos where it's not exactly the best ASMR, but she's doing mukbangs with it. But yeah, Big 8, he's not Trisha Paytas. Trisha Paytas is a little bit problematic, sure, but she's got a brand that she can manage herself. Big 8 clearly has no clue what he's doing. So he does this where he eats an insane amount of food. I get it, this is what mukbang is, but it doesn't make sense with his internet character. I get it, you want to make like a mukbang food channel. It's not good. The video wasn't even edited. There was no effort put into this on Ed's part. He sat there and he ate a bunch of food, and that's it. It's lazy. There's no effort. Next, let's talk about the way he's sitting. Why is he sitting like that? It looks like he's at a kid at the grown-ups table. The table's far too high. Get a proper chair, Ed. I'm sure you can buy it, since you floated around how much money you made on 90 Day Fiancé. Honestly, Ed should have just made content that he knew. He was a photographer before. 90 Day Fiancé, and he should have just stuck to maybe doing photography tutorials or advice on the industry, or that something he actually knew, instead of this, whatever this is, because his opinions aren't good and no one watches him for his opinions. Speaking of opinions, he said this in the video.
And I love Asian women, you know.
And I can see all Asian women puking in disgust at this. He I'm not sure if he's fetishizing Asian women or if it's just. I don't know what this is. It's disgusting. Shouldn't have done it. It's like, don't do things like this. People already don't like you. Don't play into that narrative. We've learned that from Jake Paul. Jake Paul, in a Casey Neistat interview, he said he played into the narrative of being the villain with what he did to the rat or the mouse, and it's bad. It looks bad. Don't do things like that. If people don't like you doing certain things and you're doing it on camera for these people, they're not going to appreciate it. They're not going to watch your content and engage with it. They're just gonna either ignore you, which I hope is what people are doing, or give you negative attention on your videos. And that, sure, I get it. Some people will do anything for the views, will do anything for the publicity, and I get it. But it's not a good thing to do, especially if you're trying to cultivate a positive audience. So that's what I would have. Okay, what I would do if I was Ed, I would apologize for the weird shit I've done, the weird shit I've said, and yeah, I would take down a lot of these videos that he made and make stuff that he's proud of and make stuff that he actually knows something about. I wouldn't make this type of content where you're going to offend someone sooner or later. And I think that's where I'm gonna leave it. Thank you so much to everyone who's watched and support this channel. Thank you to everyone that's subscribed this far. I'm extremely, extremely grateful for each and every one of you. I am working on a couple of videos right as we speak, in an attempt to stockpile them and get to a proper release schedule, but we'll see how that goes. Okay, love you all. Keep safe. Bye bye.